All right, guys. So I had the Predator all done and ready to go riding. So I took it riding and, well, I hit a jump and snapped the chain off of it again. And not only did it just snap, it bound up here. But luckily, the case is still intact because it hasn't leaked any oil. So now I just got to get the chain off of the front sprocket there. It's wedged in there pretty good. As you can see, the slider is kind of pushed up. Sorry, the lighting's not the greatest. But I'm going to get to trying to get this unstuck and see how that goes. All right, guys. So I pulled the little cover off that was in front of this sprocket here. And now you can see what really happened. So, yeah, it's pretty messed up. And I also noticed that that bolt is missing now. Not too sure what happened there. But, yeah, the chain wrapped around on itself pretty bad. Not really too sure how I'm going to get it unstuck because it's double lapped right in here. And, you know, that's pretty bad. So I'm just thankful that it didn't, like, go to the side and get into my case. I mean, it got it a little bit right up there, a little gouge and a little nick right there. But everything appears to be fine. It's just a matter of getting the chain off of the sprocket. So I'm going to see if I can do that now. And I'll let you guys know if I get it. All right, guys. And just like that, I got the chain off of there. And what I ended up having to do is, well, first I tried just, you know, getting it to where it was just pinched right back here. And then I put it in gear and I tried letting the motor kind of like pull itself out. And that was working until I got to the last little bit that was pinched in there. And it just was too bound up and it stalled the motor. And then I tried again and then it just spit it back. And then that's when I took the retainer off for the little sprocket here. And then I just had to work the sprocket off and wiggle it off. And luckily I was able to get that off. And now the chain's out of it. So I definitely don't trust this chain anymore. And it is, well, shot. Definitely. I mean, just look at that. That thing is boned. But I might try fixing it again just so it moves. I'll definitely have to order a sprocket kit and, you know, probably, you know, stronger chain of some sort. All right, guys, so I actually ended up just going and getting a new chain for it. I got a heavy-duty chain. I forget exactly the name of it, but I had to shorten it and size it to length. But it's been working just fine. The only thing now that's wrong with the Predator is that I think a little bit of dirt got in the carburetor because now it doesn't want to stay idling. So I'll have to look into that, probably clean the carburetor because it's been a while since I've done that. You know, might as well change the oil too while I'm at it. You know, just service it and do some maintenance. And then, honestly, I might just do a budget build and I might try selling it. So I'll see how that goes, but I guess I gotta get her running good first. So this was the chain I got and put on the Predator, and my buddy actually just got the same chain that he's gonna be putting on his Predator, and that is the one that I fully helped him rebuild and do a frame off on it. So we'll see how good of chains they are. All right, guys, so I went ahead and took the Predator apart, as you guys just saw in that little time lapse, and it still wasn't running right after I retimed it and, you know, I rode it. Still didn't feel right, mainly because it won't stay idling. And guys, this thing ran so good before and it idled no problem. Like, I got the perfect setting on the carburetor, and, you know, I just want it to be as nice as it used to be. Well, you know, I was like, okay, well, maybe the carburetor got dirty. Nope. Took that all apart, cleaned out all the jets, put it in the ultrasonic parts cleaner. Still nothing. I'm doing the same thing. So I was like, well, you know, I'll check the woodruff key, just because I know that these, you know, can have problems. So that's what I went ahead and did. And as you can see, it's got a little groove to it. And if we flip it over, it's got quite the groove there. So I don't know if that's enough to throw things off and cause problems, but I'm hoping so. Because if this is my problem, then I'll be happy. Because that's a pretty bad ledge. So it's definitely pretty worn, so it wouldn't hurt to put a new one in there, especially because I got it apart. And then I'll also get a new spark plug and probably just change the oil while I'm at it. And then hope that this thing is back up and going again. So I'll get to getting my new one. Alright guys, so I went ahead and got the new woodruff key. And as you can tell the difference, that this one's not supposed to be worn and have a little ledge like that, as I was showing you guys. So let's get this new one installed. And I mean, I might be, you know, wishful thinking here, but I'm hoping that it changes something and this thing runs better, because I also got a spark plug and I'm also changing the oil. So I'm gonna get that done and have my fingers crossed. All right guys, so I got the woodruff key put in and this case all sealed up and bolted back on there, and I pulled both drain plugs and got the oil drained out of it, and I'm working on the oil filter right now. And if we look right there, I mean, the oil is not the greatest because it's pretty broken down, not gonna lie. But there is no shavings or nothing. It's hardly even metallic-y. Like, I can hardly even see anything in it, which is super good. So honestly, there's no reason why it shouldn't run the way it's supposed to after this. So I'm excited to get this oil change all done and get it put back together and see how it goes. All right guys, so I got oil in it and I got the tank on it, the air intake, and I got the front plastic just put on it. So all that's left is the side panels and the seat. So hopefully it starts right up and idles and runs good now. So here goes nothing. Fingers crossed. Nope. Maybe it's still cold, but I don't know. I might still not want to idle. Alright guys, so it turns out all I had to do was turn up the idle a little bit, which is fine. I know it's kind of a high idle, but I read on some forums that you actually kind of want to have a higher idle, because when they idle really low, that's when they like to shear the woodruff key, and you know, I definitely don't want that to happen. And even though mine never did shear, but it was getting pretty wore out, I guess I'll just have to have a high idle now. So no big deal. At least, you know, that fixed it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed.